Biafra, BFR, Raffle Jingo, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your picking them. I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing they happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down look na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra where you they cry for sins. You go also win too.
A referendum is a right to
Bergie USA is welcoming our Obataobi, His Excellency Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ikpa to United States USA for a town hall meeting, and Bergie, Texas will be presenting the Kola Nut, Iwa OG. Therefore we are inviting wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafrans, well-wishers and all lovers of freedom to this great event.
We are going home.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Wherever you are joining me from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you so that they can be part of this very platform and be able to send information across. Fellow Biafrans and people of the world, viewers across the world, in this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here for saga or to attack any individual. What we do in this platform is to send information across to the world on the true situation of things in Biafra land and in the contraption called Nigeria. There are so many things that are not being taken note of. There are so many things that are happening that are being told in a different form. In this platform, we bring those information to your doorstep and tell you exactly how things are. There are certain videos that you might not be able to come across on the media. Some videos that are hidden from the eyes of the people, we bring them out and share it through the social media so that the world will be aware of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. I welcome every one of you, and I'm going to share a very important information as we speak. I want you to watch this video from the beginning to end. You will understand what we are talking about. So many things that you can't see online. You are going to see it here. So, listen to this very video from the beginning to end, and I bet you're going to enjoy it. Let us watch it together and see what the video has to say.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the Nigerian government of defying court rulings by continuing to detain its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Despite multiple judgments in his favor, Kanu remains in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, since his arrest and extradition from Kenya. IPOB claims Kanu's detention persists due to his firm stance on actualizing the Biafra nation. Oh well, IPOB issued a statement on Thursday by its media and publicity secretary, Jema Powerful. He said, despite court judgments in favor of Kanu, the Nigerian government has continued to detain him. Powerful lamented how Kanu has been detained by the DSS since June 2021, when he was arrested in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. Whereas Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho has petitioned UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, urging him to support the creation of a Yoruba Nation. The petition delivered on behalf of Yoruba leader Professor Adebanji Akintoye seeks UK intervention in establishing a sovereign state for the Yoruba people. This followed sustained advocacy efforts by Akintoye and Igboho, who have also cautioned the Nigerian government against pressuring the British High Commission over the operation. Yet, nothing is practically done in that regard. Meanwhile, National Security Advisor NSA Madam Nuhu Ribadi has revealed that many illicit weapons circulating in Nigeria originally belonged to the government. During an armed destruction exercise in Abuja, Ribadi condemned the involvement of corrupt security personnel arming non-state actors, pledging decisive action to address the nation's security challenge. We are joined in the studio this morning by Barrister Asim Adam, a political analyst, and Mr. Dele Fanimo, a reporter and DOP in-house analyst. We also have virtually Mr. James, who is a public policy analyst. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
But we do understand that Julio Ojo has not joined the conversation yet, but as soon as he does, we'll bring him on.
All right. Now, Barrister Asim, as a lawyer, can you take us through briefly, the court judgments or the court rulings that have said let Nnamdi Kanu go, and why the federal government is doing the same?
Thank you very much. You know that the Kanu trial has been kind of very controversial. His arrest, on his transition back to Nigeria, and the trial has been a kind of a kangaroo kind of setup. I think I have to use that word. What I mean is, first instance, in the States, before you arrest somebody, we were thinking that you should have concrete proof, what we call proof of evidence, that are substantial enough to sustain a criminal charge. Kanu was brought to Nigeria, first of all, on terrorism, secondly, we found issue like armed dealings, etc., as case may be, then possession, etc. So the prosecution, they were not really too sure of how to couch charges against, Nnamdi Kanu. That is number one. Number two is that at a particular point in time, we find out that, courts were giving, judgments, rulings in his favor, to the extent that a particular court where concerned Nigeria, asked that Kanu be released, not just on bail, he should be released and let him go home to breathe the fresh air of Nigerian freedom. But before you knew what was going on, in the next 2, 3, 4 hours, they will concoct some other charges again and bring him before another court. And we were asking the question until the judge who was handling the matter, I think she recused herself now, but we found out that this particular judge, even though the defense, complained about, her impartiality, as the case may be, she kept on, sitting over the matter for a very long time until she recused herself right now. But on the whole, I think the Kanu's trial has been a gambit. It has been a political, fiasco.
Why do you say so?
And a harakiri for Nigeria, democracy. Yes, why I say so is this. It's not far-fetched. Now, let me say with due respect. You see, when you keep somebody in detention and you now ferret, you now go out to ferret for evidences to prosecute that person, then it becomes anathema to the Constitution. Two is that under our Nigerian Constitution, a man that is charged of an offense is presumed innocent until found guilty. But when they have been treating this young man is that he's been found guilty already. That is the reason why we will not allow him to go. Even when they say grant bail, before you know, somebody will come from nowhere and bring fresh charges.
What does that make the judicial system, Barrister Adams? Because they are the ones accepting or taking up all these charges, like you just said now. If this continues, what does that mean to the judicial system?
The judicial arm of government in Nigeria is right now in a trial period, and this is not the best time for us to even chronicle and profile what I feel you know, are things, are debilitating factors that held them down. But I believe that the era of brave judges or activist judges on the bench is over. I was discussing something like this the other day, and I said, if we have people like, you know, the late Oputa, people like Soedimo and the rest of them, Ututus or Basekis, you know, you have people like Mohamed Bello, you know, Mohamed Bello, a lot of former CJN of Nigeria, and so many of them who were activist judges, who were brave during the military era to tell the military, look, this is, we want democracy, do this, and they pontificated in that particular, you know, hallowed chambers in the Supreme Court. We lack them right now. If we have people like that in the judicature today, I believe that this Nnamdi Kanu's case would have been taken care of. That is number two. Number three is this: the preferential, or maybe the different, treatment is receiving. You know, in the sense that you find that I think it's being profiled. In this, my opinion, I feel it's being profiled because of the fact that it's from a particular, you know, section of the country that the Nigerian political galacticos, you know, do not feel that they want to make relevant, and they don't even want to see anything come out from that area. Now, the charges against Nnamdi Kanu borders on what terrorism ETC has faced, but it has been convoluted. In the case of Sunday Igboho as a case, Sunday Igboho, we had charges of terrorism against even his men went, you know, before a police station at, you know, Bodija in Ibadan, pulled down the Nigerian flag and hoisted, you know, the Yoruba Nation flag. You know, in Ibadan, we read these things. I was not there, but I read on newspaper, ETC, before they invaded his house. But how he escaped, and today he's like who hobnobbing with the Prime Minister of UK, ETC, or their, whatever they call it, is dumbfounded. I really cannot say. Now, the question I've asked is, the charges against Kanu is going on in court. What about Sunday Igboho? What has happened to those criminal charges that were placed on it? What happened? We only heard he ran to Benin Republic. Why have they not extradited him? You know, like they did Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. He's in UK. He's becoming very prominent, moving up and down. You know, so these are things that are anathema, and the reason why I feel that, you know, there's a selective amnesia, you know, in dealing with these two cases. The last one I want to say in this particular whatever is that there's a Wadume who was a terrorist. This man was a bandit, he was a terrorist, he was an armed robber. That is, I'm not just trying to impose these things on him or these appellations on him, but the court and the agency said so. What happened? He was right, and, you know, giving, conviction like a, you know, a tap in the wrist. And today I heard he's a chief in his community. So why is the Nnamdi Kanu so plausible for government to begin to prosecute and keeping him in detention, not even in the correctional center, but in the gallows of the DSS? Those who are prosecuting him are the ones keeping him, and the ones judging him. Those who accuse him are the ones keeping him. They are the ones judging him. They are the ones, you know, deliberating on this matter. So for me, it's a hallowed trial.
But where does that leave democracy?
Democracy is in abeyance in Nigeria. Nigeria's democracy is voodoo type. I just say, Nigeria's democracy is voodoo type. And this is not democracy. This is mobocracy, in my own opinion. And what people, I was telling people, I read an article that said, Nigeria does not even practice democracy, they practice plutocracy. You understand? This is what we practice here. Government of the rich people decide. They can even decide to throw me into the gallows and leave me there for years and let me rot away. You understand? So once you are a big man, you are in government in Nigeria. That is what happens. We have two laws. One law for people like me, one law for those who are there, who are the big boys. And it's so sad. So we are not practicing democracy at all, in my own opinion.
All right, then, quite an extensive one, I must say, and touched on a few other issues as well. Let me come to Mr. Wanimo now. Nnamdi Kanu has sought intervention from the international community. He has sought the UK government's involvement. How far can that go? How much involvement can we see from the international community when it comes to sorting out his case and letting him off the hook?
See, the continued detention of that says, but I want to say here, very number of questions that as it is, there is a kind of logjam over this case. Has visited court several times and been released by the court. But then, one thing I want us to look at is that when you are comparing the case of Igbo and Kano, I want to say that what the Yoruba have is what saving the hope. How was that? See, an average the same treatment that was visited on the man was also visited on the DSS needed the same thing, killed many people. In fact, ran him out of the country. He was on his way from Benin Republic to Germany when he was accosted. He was detained in the Republic of Benin for several months. As a matter of fact, there was an overture from former Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, that he should rescind that decision of going ahead with the dual issue, that he would be given amnesty. But he insisted that he was not going to give up on that. So at the end of the day, there was underground diplomacy. Timika and the rights of Akitoye went underground, met with the Republic of Benin. Don't forget that Yoruba people are also in the Republic of Benin. Even his lawyer is a Yoruba descendant. So they went underground and find a political solution. It's only the worst case.
Okay.
Now, in the case of Kanu, it is apparent that government is adamant and keeping it. And if the courts are said...
And basically what you're saying is the elders in the south are coming together.
But
they have been coming together.
Well, you see, but don't forget that Buhari was in government when Sunday Igboho was elected. Not today. So for Buhari to...
It was towards the tail end of this.
What I'm saying is he was still in government.
Okay.
Until the last minute you exit government, you are still in charge.
There's something interesting that you said. Please remind me, I don't know if when Nnamdi Kanu's home was raided, they find the cash of arms like they did in the case of Sunday Adeyemo, because I do recall that a cache of arms were found, and they even arrested cats as well.
Cats?
Oh yes, they did, because they felt in transition into a cat. But now, on a more serious note, arms were found in one place. That showed that there was a coming together to perpetrate, to perpetrate chaos, probably in defense to whatever, whatever they believed in. But in another man's case, and then there was a political solution to that one, regardless of the fact that guns and ammunition were found. In another man's case, I don't recall if they found ammunition in his place, but then not having political.
You see, for me, no matter how hard it is to be taken, government has taken it. Only thing we can do is to look at it. Because for me,
the only thing we can do, who is the we now? The Igbos in Nigeria? The Southeasterners? Or Nigerians?
Nigerians can go around, find a way out of this lockdown.
Because it's one thing to say, well, yes, the Southeasterners are not coming together to fight for the release of this land. But let's not forget that he may be from the southeastern part of Nigeria, but he's first of all a Nigerian. So why don't we see other individuals that are highly respected in Nigeria coming together as well to speak to government?
During MP Abiola's defense, you know that are the ones who find the number of government institutions. You understand? So it is not impossible that we find even Southeasterners behind the detention of this.
Are you not saying that the 50 National Assembly representatives that went to go talk about this are they not also Nigerians, or don't they have a voice enough for them?
Let me tell you, I've worked closely with big men. Big men have ego. When you confront them and you make it an open field, you're not going to get the result.
Are we looking at ego
what
or
I'm saying
confrontational judgment and justice
what I'm
that
saying,
Nigerians also deserve?
You see, at the risk of this academic exercise having here, I have seen it several times happen that if I offend you, if I go to you privately, you say, now this is the position and this is why I do this and do that. You will have that listening here. But the moment another person is with me, you don't want your ego bruised. You will take a hard stand on me. What I'm saying in this is that rather than go and do open show and bring cameramen, bring journalists, say we are pleading for family, there are other ways we can go about it without even having any media presence. Make sure that you see, my aim here is that this man, they should find him, make sure that he's released. It is only when you are out there that you can prosecute your case properly.
I want to ask, is there a Igbo nation? Both private, both they have some prominent that have asked. You even have prominent northerners asked the federal government. Yes. Them government. Now, if you put it side by side with the Sunday Igbo group, like most Israeli people, patch of land. Yet, it's not because he was in Benin Republic, he was not remission. He is in the UK now campaigning for the actualization of the sovereign state of Yoruba. The only thing the federal government has done is to dismiss it that, look, the UK will not accept this. Then isn't this a clear case of control? Not just against them, but against the people that do it?
Well, for me, we are in particular different situations. But for me,
Factually, with facts.
you understand, what I see is that Sunday go because he ran foul of the law by wearing drug policy, just like Namdi also did. And Sunday go had a military wing, just the same way that IFOB existed under Namdi Kanu. But the question is, when these people started the agitation and they got into the point that the military wing was pledging Muslims, you remember they went to the State House of Assembly on a Saturday, posting their flags and making trouble, but they were rounded up. Immediately they were rounded up. The first thing, every well-meaning elder in Yoruba land denounced them. Said they are still in prison now, in Agodi prison. And that quelled that movement because they didn't get any support from their own base.
But Igboho is going ahead with the agitation.
Even writing petitions to Cascana.
Igboho can write petitions. You understand? Igboho can agitate. It's still within his right. But today, you can't find an army around Igboho. You understand?
Are there armies around Nnamdi Kanu?
But IPOB is still claiming that they are offshoot of them.
IPOB, you know a is indigenous people of Biafra, which also have their own
But they have been
and
profiled.
also recognized.
Wrongly profiled.
Wrong profile, because ECOWAS also asked the federal government of Nigeria to pay certain amounts of money to IPOB for proscribing them. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they are still being profiled as the military arm of this agitation for Biafra state. Sometimes they deny. They deny involvement in crimes in that region. But sometimes they own up. We have seen videos where they say that we are doing this. When this man was attacked, they said he was angry, and that because Biafra, you see, except that we don't want to be neutral about this thing. I am not saying what Igbo did was right.
Nobody's saying that. You're saying that.
I will not sit here and say that Nabikano at a point was right in his agitation. But what I'm saying is, at the long run, if nations go to war, they still come back to land to resolve issues. And how to resolve these issues and make sure that this young man, who has a family, who has children, who has wife, should be released.
You said something about
and except we want to compound this, I think what should matter to us is how this man will be out of the DSS.
So they said something about ego. And what I understood by that ego, I don't know if that's that Nnamdi Kanu has not.
I'm not saying Nnamdi Kanu has an ego. I said the government that held him. I gave that analogy based on the fact that government that held him would not want to be seen as acquiescing to all these people that are going in the morning with cameras and everything and journalists.
But the same government that you can demand to let Igbo go. That is the question we are asking. My personal, the point of it is that, was there any visitation to Buhari before Igbo was let go?
No, even if it was underground.
No, I'm asking you. But you also admit that it was possible that some people had gone underground.
Exactly. So, and we also understand that some Igbo
encourage people
that some Igbo people have also been going underground.
Even across the divide, they said Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbos are going to visit the government to ensure that it's released. They should continue.
So why would the government now not take the people that are coming underground, but now prefer to show off ego for those that are coming publicly? My question is, do you think, if you put both cases, do you think Nnamdi can?
Politically persecuted or
whether politically or legally? Because the same government...
If it's legally, it has to do with the law. And thank God, lawyer is here.
But this same lawyer said that the court of competent jurisdiction asked for Nnamdi to be released. So why hasn't the government released him?
What I'm saying is, it is wrong for government to be holding on legal ground.
And politically, is it right for them to?
Politically, it's right for the government.
So are we not working with the political right or wrong? Everywhere we have the justice, we have the rule of law in Nigeria, and we have the justice to do anything if we are democratic.
I have said it here. Except we want to put another round of what is normal.
All right, now
government. All right, Barrister, let's get it.
Yes, I think this is me, it is pure selective amnesia. Legally speaking, let's go there. The Court of Appeal, the Federal High Court discharged Nnamdi Kanu. The Court of Appeal also affirmed that decision of discharge. Even though he was not acquitted, but when you are discharged, you are not acquitted, the court can still bring charges. I mean, the state can still bring charges against you. But in Nnamdi Kanu's case, when he was discharged, go home. Court of Appeal. We were thinking, even if it's just 1 day or 2 days, obey that Court of Appeal order to release him based on, what the court has said. Because the Buhari AG, the AG said Adoke, or what, is it Adoke they call that young man, the young man, during the Buhari's time, said that it is the court that will determine Nnamdi Kanu's fate. No problem. What's his name again? Fagbemi came in and went asked about, he said it's the court that will determine Nnamdi Kanu's fate. The court decided and determined. I said, oh, but they checked him after the court had made pronouncement while they were trying to ask court to look, obey court order. For 3 weeks, he was in the gallows of the DSS. And for that 3 weeks, the AG Fed had to move around to appeal that particular, appeal court, judgment. The Supreme Court of the land even said that the way he was brought into Nigeria was a legal way of doing things. But he only said that let that matter be taken back, to the lower court, where it's for proper trial, as the case may be. We felt as at that time that the Supreme Court, if we had some very brave, judges like I mentioned before, would have asked the young man to go home, then whenever discharge him, not acquitted. When you discharge him, I believe that the government will now come back with fresh charges and bring him properly before the court. But the Supreme Court now said, go back to that lower court, go and start your trial again, de novo, from the beginning. That is number one. Number two is that prominent people, Igbo people, met, Buhari, Ohaneze, Igbo people, what's his name, Wanyanwu was there, even Emeka Anyanko has gone there, Kalu has gone there. Then you have this man, Ben Wabweze. Professor Ben Wabweze is like, like the one Akintoye we have in the Southwest. That's a professor like himself. But Professor Ben Wabweze is more known and prominent. We do respect to Akintoye in the Nigerian political literature. He also went before, Buhari. Then the Uwazirike, that is not the master leader, but the elderly Uwazirike, who is late now, who was, the President General of Ohaneze Igbo, the whole world, when they said, President, my own son, please, if you can release Nnamdi Kanu, let me see him before I die. That was an emotional statement. And when we were thinking that Buhari will do something, or maybe the state will do something, he just laughed over it. And some months after the man made that statement, the man died. All those who clamor for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from the South, the prominent people are all late right now. If you look at the list, you know what I'm telling you. Then you now look at, let me tell you the reason why we are saying that the Buho and the Nnamdi Kanu's case is this. When this particular issue started, number one, immediately Nnamdi Kanu was, arrested. The whole of the Southeast was cordoned up with troops of, Operation One Thing, as they call them, Zip Father, as they call them. But when Boho, before Boho ran, to Benin Republic, and those people who went to that place to hoist their flag, at the police station, they were arrested. Why was even Oyo State alone not cordoned up? And the special military, whatever, taking them, because they were still killing people inside the forest. They had to go out on the war against the Fulanis, as they said, open and close. Why did they not cordon up the whole of the Southwest the way they are doing the Southeast now? There's a special troop in the Southeast, that is creating problems. So when you create tension, that is the problem. Now, two is this, let me tell you. Sunday Boho escaped, let me use the word, he went to Benin Republic. He jumped bail. In fact, he jumped bail. Because there was a court or whatever, he had to run away. Charges were there, he ran away. Now the Kanu's case was this. What the government said was that when, what's his name, took him on bail as a trustee, they said he jumped bail. He now ran, out of Nigeria. You understand? And what did he say? He used that particular, invasion of his father's house as an excuse for him to run away. That if he had not run away at that time, that the soldiers would have killed him. That yes, he knew he was on bail, but he had to run away because the fact that, soldiers that were drafted in Southeast to come and burn his father's house, frightened him and ran away. That was for me a very genuine and, germane reason. Now, when he left and government said he jumped bail, they now had to, use extramilitary, might to go outside of Nigeria to look for him, to, bring him back. They spent a lot of money, to bring Nnamdi Kanu back to come and face, what we are asking Why are they not using the same method, you know, for them against Sunday Igboho?
All right, let's get.
So these are the questions. I'm not being partisan, but I'm just being realistic.
Absolutely.
Because I have profiled this the number of times. You know, human rights angle, we have complained. International human rights, they have said, release this man, let him go. You see, your constitution, you're going against your constitution. So myself, I feel is selective amnesia. That is just the truth of the matter for me.
Thank you very much, Barrister.
Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh. Stop. Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh. Stop complaining, oh na na na.
Get ready, good people of Biafra and lovers of freedom all over the world, for this invitation announcement as we approach the December Biafran historical event in Finland 2024. The Biafran Redeclaration Sponsorship Committee and its members are inviting all Biafrans and friends for a mega fundraising this Sunday, October 20th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Biafran time. Always remember that the enemies understand what is coming and the weight of our resolve. So the harder we push and support financially, the more the enemies tremble. The closer we get to the promised land, the tougher we expect it to be. Together we shall win, and the sun must surely rise this year. Biafran First, Biafran Exodus, and Biafran Republic Government in Exile. Airborne.
Shout out to them soldiers, where they find them, where they find us. Stand strong and courageous, cause if you leave them, they will cage us. Shout out to them soldiers, where they find them, where they find us. Stand strong and courageous, cause if you leave them, they will cage us. Brother, it's a matter of time, truth to prevail all your agenda. Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh. It's a hope, a referendum is a right, yo.
Bergi USA is welcoming our Obataobi, His Excellency Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ikpa to United States USA for a town hall meeting, and Bergi, Texas will be presenting the Kola Nut, Iwa Oji. Therefore we are inviting wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafrans, well-wishers and all lovers of freedom to this great event.
We are going home.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what you think about the video I just played, go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go to the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne.